Friday the 1st of September. Sorry, just putting something in the fridge. What can I say? What a great start to the month. So, I went and saw a friend who, for the last 2 years, I've been talking to, lives down south, and absolutely amazing human beings. One of my favourite human beings, actually, in the whole entire world, in the history of people I've ever met. Really is such an amazing person. And we just sat in Morrison's Cafe. That's not a plug to any supermarket. Other supermarkets are available, and I'm sure their machined coffees are just as okay. So yeah, we sat in Morrison's Cafe, and we were, are you serious? This is because I've not been in all day. They have been fed and let out, and yes, they just love their dad. So yeah, we sat in Morrison's Cafe and we had a really, really good catch-up chat, and I got one of the biggest hugs that I've probably needed since having my leg off. And he was there the whole time whilst my leg was coming off, the whole journey from being in hospital and everything. Always support by message, voice notes, phone calls, things like that. Serious. Thank you. And yes, it was just really nice. It was a long overdue hug. That's what it was. And it kind of, I'm getting a bit emotional. It was that kind of supportive hug that you get from a person who you know is behind you 100%, who, if there was an issue or anything like that, you can pick the phone up to. And it was just amazing. It really was. Really was. Love him to bits. He's such a brilliant person. And coincidentally, we actually met around the corner from where my brother lives. And so I got to see my brother and my nephew. And having a hug from my nephew is just amazing. I mean, a hug from my brother's brilliant as well. But having nephew hugs, he's only 3. And he calls me Nanny. Instead of uncle, he calls me Nanny. Because when he first started talking, he'd been to see his nanny, and then I came over, and this is your uncle Nathaniel, or your uncle Nate, or Nats, or whatever the families, can't remember what my brother said. But he just heard the first of it and started calling me Uncle Nanny. So now he just calls me Nanny, which I don't mind. I don't mind being called Nanny. I've been called worse. I've been called a lot worse in time. Oh, got my glasses on as well. Actually, I can see the phone, so I've got them on. So yeah, calls me Nanny, which I love. Hi, Hunter. Hunter's come to say hello. Hi, Hunty. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hi, Hunty. And Toby. All the dogs are in. Oh, they're all coming in. Oh dear. There goes that and everything. But we don't mind, do we? No, we don't. So, yeah, I'm a crazy dog person. Yeah. Don't know what I'd do without my dogs. Here comes the Labrador. Almost 11. He's 11 this month. You can smell. My brother's got a dog, Jessie. And in fact, actually, she's coming to stay next week, so you'll all get to meet her as well. And when the 4 of them are here, oh, oy vey. Well, it's fun. That's what it is. It's fun. And you're like, oh, one-legged wanderings, and he's there with 4 dogs, and you know they all get walked. We'll poodle out and stuff like that. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was at my brother's nephew. The first thing he did was grab a book and got me to read a book, and I got to sit down and have a nice cup of tea and catch up with my brother. My brother-in-law was working upstairs, so we decided we'd go out for a walk. Now, I signed up to do the 60 miles in September for diabetes walk. I'm diabetic. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I was late on set type 1 diabetic. So I suppose this kind of leads into the leg thing, really. I didn't lose my leg because of diabetes, but it was a contributing factor. So yeah, I was diagnosed when I was 27. I'd been out 27 or 28. 28. That's because I keep being lying about my age, saying that I'm younger. I'm actually 38. I'll happily admit that I'm 38. I know I look good, thank you. But yeah, so I had late onset diagnosed 10 years ago, yeah. Type 2 initially. They were like, you're type 2 diabetic, but it doesn't fit, blah, blah, blah. You have to go for a glucose tolerance test and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, for whatever reason, I was misdiagnosed as type 2. I ended up in hospital when I was just before my 30th birthday, collapsed, and having a diabetic nurse asking me why I wasn't taking my insulin and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, I'm not being put on insulin. And they redid all the tests and they were like, your pancreas doesn't work, you're a type 1 diabetic, you've been misdiagnosed. Oh, thank you. So I started insulin when I was 30. I had to have my 30th birthday party cancelled and everything, and we had a place booked, and yeah. There's a lot of things falling down there now. So, yeah, so this month, I am doing the 60 miles in September for diabetes. I'll put a link down there, fundraising thing. I think it's via a Facebook fundraising, Meta fundraising thing. I've got the link anyway, so I will put it, if I do this. Look in the comments below and find the link to donate. Anything from £1 to whatever you can afford, even if it's a price for, you know, don't have that extra pint of beer over the weekend and contribute that towards it, is absolutely brilliant. Diabetes UK do amazing work for families and for people who are struggling with diabetes and things like that. So yeah, each year I always try and do something. If you've gone to my TikToks, you would have seen I did the million step challenge for a couple of years, when I had 2 legs. And yeah, so if you can donate, you know, or even if you just want to like this video, subscribe, stuff like that, as a sign off, yeah, we support you. Or even go to Diabetes UK YouTube channel. I think they've got one. Most likely, most charities and all that have them now. Or even their other pages, and just support them if you can. It's horrible living with diabetes, but we'll go through that at another time. I keep saying this. We'll get around to that, but you know what? We're not in any rush, are we? He's certainly not. He's got eye bogies on his head. What eye bogies, bud? Please we're old. Here's my Jessie. Nephew, yes. So, I was there. Oh, God. It's one of those days. So, I was there and we went out and we had a walk. He was on his little scooter. My brother was walking his dog. And we were kind of just letting the 3-year-old lead us. And I hit my mark. I hit my 2 miles for the day. Having a great catch up with my brother. Got back, absolutely sweating my moobs off. Yep, that's my moobs, Toby. Well done. And I had this like kind of sense of accomplishment, and I wasn't overly knackered. It was like, it was nice to just get out and do like walk and stuff like that. And I must admit, the last few months I have been pretty much stuck on a computer and just, you know, researching and stuff like that. So it was nice to get out. It was a nice day. I'd only really been out on like rugby days these last few months. I've not been on a night out in God knows when. So yeah, it was just nice to get out and have a chat. It was good for the mind. Good for the mind. And obviously the journey there was a couple of hours. Journey back was a couple of hours, and listening to the radio as I usually do. I'm a massive LBC listener. And because it's just talk and news, like I said, it's pretty much sometimes the only human contact I have, but it's a human voice that it's not mad to have a conversation if you hear something or a topic that you're interested in or passionate about, and to air your views. Now, you can air your views by calling them up, or you can just air your views vocally, even if there's no one around. I mean, the bloody dogs listen. The dogs are always listening. You know the secrets they can tell. But yeah, so I was listening to the radio, and there's the thing about the schools with the concrete that's like aero chocolate bars or something like that could all crash in onto kids, and the government hasn't done anything about it in years. There was things about people who had caused a car chase and had been sentenced to murder and all things like that. We have company again. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, and do you know what? I can't remember the last time I heard a good news story, like something that was good about the world, about life and all that. And it makes me wonder whether the media outlets actually do get some good news stories given to them, and they then decide what's the best thing. Because obviously these presenters listen to the news of the day. Someone breaks the news, you know, a researcher or whatever, and or announcements made by the government or something like that, and then a researcher goes, and then the producer says, oh, I think this will be good, you know, talk about it, blah blah blah, and all that sort of stuff. And they have screens up in front of them, and they can talk about quotes and all this sort of stuff. I have done radio before, which is why I know, obviously, the TV screens are there and stuff. And yeah, it was, that's another thing I could tell you about my time as a radio broadcaster. Anyway, so it was all news and gloom, doom and gloom news. I'm not even going to edit this, by the way. You're just going to get all this randomness. Doom and gloom news. And I honestly thought to myself, you know, because obviously people ring in and stuff like that, giving their opinions and all this. And I thought, where's the happiness? And I know we're all struggling at the moment, and, you know, prices of everything's gone up. There's strikes, there's train strikes, there's doctor strikes, there's nurses. Are nurses still striking? Junior doctors and consultant strikes. Now the court security guys are going to strike too, because they didn't get the pay rise they want. And I get it, absolutely get it, and we need a party for the people, we really do, because old school politics isn't helping this country in any way, shape or form. We're a new 21st century Britain, and we're still got 18th, 19th century politics, and that's for all major political parties. But I'm not going to go down that route yet. Media, doom and gloom. And I thought, could you imagine if there was a news station that did nothing but broadcast happy news? How would that uplift the country? I mean, during lockdown, when roads were clear, when you needed to go places, people were at home in their garden. I mean, yeah, we had fantastic weather that first year, 2020. I know, because I spent time between my home and my mum's home as a bubble, we kind of had like a VE Day celebration, you know, to commemorate the anniversary of 75 years, I think it was, of the end of World War II. We put banners up and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. You couldn't have a street party, but you could stay in your front garden sort of thing. And we did. I think we sipped gin and tonic in the front garden, which was great. And there seemed to be a supportiveness for people in the NHS, for police, for, you know, these scientists working on a vaccine, whatever your views are about the vaccine and stuff. But there seemed to be some sort of cohort supportiveness. And it was a case of the government going, do you know what, we're going to look after you and stuff like that. And it made people kind of feel a bit more relaxed and happy. And then obviously we've had a whirlwind of war started in Ukraine, energy hikes, payback of all the billions that was wasted on contracts and stuff like that. And there's a few things I could say about that man, yeah, his surname. Yeah. I think that says it all. But yeah, so, and what I'm kind of getting at now, and I know we're 16 minutes into the video, is the mindset of people at the moment. There's a lot of people who are peed off, not happy, unrested, struggling. And it's like what I said the other day about mankind, humans. The fact that we have these colossal businesses that we're all paying towards and they're all making massive profits, and there is no windfall tax to put it back into the system or anything like that as such. You've got CEOs getting millions of pounds of bonuses and all that sort of stuff, and I'm talking this is worldwide, you know. And you look at an ideal society, or what would be called a utopia and stuff like that, about people can live where they want to live, people can have access to food, fresh water, this, that and the other. And as long as there's going to be some sort of mindset where people think they're better than other people, or they deserve power, something like that's never going to happen. They want to journey to Mars and, you know, do some sort of thing to the atmosphere so that it's breathable and have people live there. If there's water on Mars, we can grow crops on Mars. We grow crops on Mars, then we can oxygenise the atmosphere and stuff like that. And I look at these things and I think, but what's the point? What's the point of doing that and having another place for basically people to mine and mess up because someone wants to be better or richer or more powerful than another person? It seems to me that if the brains of the world worked together, they could find a system where it was like an exchange, but instead of exchanging for a coin or for a digit in the bank as it is now with everything being digitized, it can be an actual, you know, I exchange these 4 ears of corn for that loaf of bread sort of thing, you know, or, you know, you guys are the farmers, you farm, you guys are the people who produce things, you do this, you do that, and then we live in a society where we can all just literally help each other get along. It seems so like a perfect society sort of thing, but as long as you're going to have wars, political people wanting to rule other people and stuff like that, it's never going to happen, you know, so it's just fantasy really. I find this funny how I'm having this conversation whilst my dogs are play fighting with a toy and stuff like that, but again, species, interspecies. But, you know, French Bulldog, Lurcher, Labrador. If you're talking races and stuff like that, that's 3 different races if you equivalate that to humans. Do you know what I mean? And yet, they can have a play, and they know when enough is enough, but at the same time, they all sleep side by side. They all eat side by side. They drink side by side. They sunbathe side by side. They lounge on my sofa side by side. You know, each one of them gets the attention that they want and crave. And it's good. I don't know how I got onto this again. Oh, radio. That was it. Yeah, listening to the radio. Happiness and stuff like that. So I don't want my vlogs to be all doom and gloom and horrible and stuff like that. Happiness, good news. I have had a good day. And a good day is a good day. I've not felt overly tired. I mean, I am now knackered after that drive. You know. Hunter, I think he wants you to go outside and play with him. Okay. So, got a little bit of the dogs there and got to see part of my house that needs a good sweep and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, I'll get round to it. Normally my daughter gets paid to come and do it, you know, she earns money doing it that way, but she's been a bit busy this week. She's starting college next week, so. What was I saying then? Was I on the happiness route? I'm getting good day. I've had a great day. Yeah, so seeing my mate, amazing. Accomplishing my walks, amazing. Seeing my brother, my nephew, amazing. My dog's being absolutely bat poo crazy when I get home, amazing. Tomorrow, my rugby team travels from Liverpool to Wrexham. We are kicking off at 2:30, and it is a development match friendly. Sorry, I just had a dog run into my leg. It is a development match. It's just friendly because obviously we've got new people that were recruited over the summer. So I'll give a shout out to my rugby team, the Liverpool Tritons. They are an IGR league team. So our first league match. Sirius, you can't fit under the sofa anymore. Come on, bub. Come on, over. Oh, bloody dogs. Yeah, so it's development match. We're going to be working on players with new positioning and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward because I'm getting my teeth actually out and about coaching on the sidelines again, where I myself have benched myself because of, you know, the leg and stuff like that. I mean, I just saw my rugby ball yesterday. I went to the Union Cup in Birmingham, but I was struggling because my leg was still really new and I got quite a bad pressure sore or what do they call it when it rubs up against something? Friction. Yeah, so like a really bad friction burn sort of thing. So then I had to be off my leg for so long till that healed and stuff like that. So it's good for me to be going out there, standing on the sideline, walking up and down, better fitted leg, better padded area and stuff like that, and just give advice and coach basically. And of course the shenanigans of man of the match and drinks afterwards and stuff like that is always amazing. Yeah, they're daft. They are daft. Can you see them? He was basically saying, come on, come and get me, come and get me. I tell you, he loves the attention. That's what it is. I suppose all Frenchies are like that, though, aren't they? Bulldogs, French bulldogs. I have to be careful what I say. Yeah, so it's great for me to be going out and about and wandering, isn't it, Mister? Yeah, I know you love your daddy. So he's teething as well, and he can't quite get that lick, so I get a couple of little bites. Don't I, bud? Who's that? Who's that? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? So, I know I'm a wind-up merchant. Oh, look at that bud paint job there. yeah, so it's good to be going out and about. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to spend some time with my mates. And yeah, I'll do some snippet videos tomorrow to load, I think. I'm waiting for my new vlog camera because when I was setting up the one that I got, there was an issue with the SD card reader, so I had to send it back. So I'm waiting for that, and then I can do some live streams and things like that. Possibly, question mark, maybe, if I learn how to do the tech. I know it's a learning curve. Oh, I forgot to mention about my Lego. So I absolutely love Lego, and my son and I have developed quite a good, and I'll put the videos on, Lego collection that we sit and build. So this is all Lego Star Wars, and we still need to get a few bits. But yeah, one of my hobbies and passions is Lego. So I'll add the videos to that because I've got videos of me building them that I've uploaded to my Instagram. So I'll add them onto my YouTube as well. I think I've got them on my TikTok as well. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that, those little snippets. I am going to ask a question actually, because one of my mates messaged me earlier. And he was like, Nate, I had a really bad dream last night. And I was like, okay. And I said, well, what was it, you know? So he told me what his dream was. He was like, what does it mean? So I told him, obviously, what I thought it meant based on the psychology of what was happening within the dreams. And obviously, there's Freud's interpretation of dreams book as well. Hold on, I think I've got a copy here somewhere. Aha, yes. In fact, there's a lovely picture of me in rugby kit as well, sticking out of it. So I've obviously been reading something. The Interpretation of Dreams, a Psychology Classic by Freud. You can just see it there. And in it, obviously, Freud goes into all the different things about dreams and what can contradict things and how dreams work and blah, 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 and all that. Now, the state of consciousness, you got alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves, and all that sort of stuff. Delta waves on the level of where you are in REM sleep, how your body basically processes the day and formed into memories and things like that. We'll go over that later. Little snippets of psychology for you. So, I obviously interpreted it and stuff like that. And he was like, how can you make sense of something that's so mad? Which always makes me laugh. He's a really good friend. But yeah, so I have a question. When you dream, and you wake up and you remember your dream, how does it make you feel? Do you analyze yourself? Or do you think, okay, that was just a dream? Do you think it's a reflection of your internal psyche? That is your body's way of processing what's happened in the day, or something subconsciously on your mind? Or do you think it's just a dream? Nice pictures, music, blah, 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 and stuff like that. So that's my question. I won't ask a follow-up question. So, do dreams concern you? That's the main question. Do your dreams concern you? Because of what you think they think, of what you think they mean, or rather, they don't mean anything. So, if you've managed to get to 29 minutes and 30 seconds, do your dreams concern you, and do you think they are a reflection of your psyche? Because at the end of the day, a theory is a theory. And we all have theories. And I'm looking absolutely stellar. And I can say that at the end of this video, because how many of you are going to get to 29 minutes and 52 seconds? I dare you. Dare you to watch it all. I might even keep going till the full 30. Here we go, 30 minutes. 30 minutes I've been ranting on for with the dogs and all that sort of stuff. I might treat myself to a takeaway tonight. It's Friday after all. So, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I look forward to having contact with you later. I might go live on Sunday and see if anyone wants to have an actual chat or put comments and stuff like that, which I can then answer questions. I might talk about CBT therapy, how that works, EMDR and things like that, and the benefits of them. And yeah, thank you for watching. Almost 31 minutes.